the nation would suffer economic issues, including loans, aids, grants to the nation. Because those who control all these avenues support LGBTQI plus square root minus 1 plus 2.
Until Ghanaian youth, we wake up and take decisions for ourselves, the politicians will keep playing with us. Like listen to the excuse Black Rasta is giving for Mahama delaying to sign the LGBTQ bill. It's a full video, not too long. I want you to watch the video, and then there's more video ahead, and then we'll have our discussion. Thank you.
And I've heard some judge several times say that the bill that he proposed and sponsored with others is not supposed to punish, it's supposed to reform people. My brother, my sister, here we are at the crossroads. But one thing is very clear. It's all about the paymaster. If Mahama signs this bill, the nation would suffer economic issues, including loans, aids, grants to the nation. Because those who control all these avenues support LGBTQI plus square root minus 1 plus 2. My brother, my sister, Nana Akufo-Addo, who could hear the voice of God directly like Moses, and even promised God a cathedral, did not dare and could not dare sign that bill. Let alone Mahama, who was touted as the womanizer and ungodly person that they claimed he was. Is he the one to sign it? Even Nana Addo, who could hear the voice of God like Moses, couldn't sign the LGBT. He ran away from it because of the paymaster. That is where my problem is. My problem is not about LGBTQI+. My problem is how we are controlled by the West. And whatever the West says is the right thing is what we accept and do. We are like puppets. We are not truly independent. We are a joke of an independent nation. Are we ready to tell the so-called paymaster that this is our nation and we are ready to take the reins of the nation, come what may, independently? Can we do that? Today.
Let's also listen to Sam George insisting that the president will sign as soon as he wins power, and that the president he knows what is in the bill, so there's even no need to go back and reread the bill and consensus. He will simply sign it. Let's listen and watch that video.
Issues. I mean, if you get a nod, how far would you hope to push it? The president, your candidate, when he was interviewed on the BBC, he said he would now look into what is in that bill.
You know, that's a misconception that's been put out. And I listened to that full BBC interview. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill. And he said to them, look, what you, President Akufo-Addo, should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 106.7, President Mahama in his response to the BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 106.7 says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament and then state in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign, and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has no problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically
the proper human sexuality, and it's quite a long name, proper family values bill. If you remember, there was a court case that injuncted the speaker from forwarding it to the president, and also restrained the president from receiving the bill. Eventually that case was disposed of in December, I think on the 18th or so. Yeah, so it meant that the injunction had been cleared. But as far as I know, the bill did not get to the president for assent. And so the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expire. And so that bill effectively is dead, it has expired. I don't know what the promoters of the bill intend to do, but I do think that we should have a conversation on it again, so that all of us, if we decide to move that bill forward, move it forward with a consensus. And probably it shouldn't be a private member's bill, it probably should be a government bill with governments behind it after consultation with all the stakeholders to see how we're able to move this forward. But it leads us back to the discussion we had, that if we're teaching our values in school, we won't need to pass a bill to enforce our family values. And that's why I think more than even the family values bill is us agreeing on a curriculum that inculcates these values into our children as they are growing up, so that we don't need to legislate it. And so we'll see how all this goes. And so I'm looking forward to this review conference so that we can come to some consensus on some of these issues.